Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to help you move the hips. If you struggle with moving the hips, if they are stiff, rigid, the hip movements don't look good on you, these 6 variations you'll be able to use pretty much right away. Applications are now open to work with me with my personalized help, feedback, and a proven system that already in the past 18 years has helped thousands of people enjoy dancing in social settings. If you're interested in working with me, I'm going to post a link below where you can sign up for a free consultation. Definitely do it so we can get you dancing this year. First hip move that you have to know how to do if you cannot move the hips is the one that is my go-to. Even though I can move the hips, I still use it because it looks so good and it is so easy to do. What you're going to do is you're going to keep one leg totally straight and you're just going to bend the other knee. What this does is the hip over the straight leg, it just pops up. And then you just switch. See? That's the best, the simplest hip move that you can do. It works great. Even when you're wearing heels, you're not going to lose balance because you're just standing in place. And we're going to do this one on every beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just focus on the knees. Focus on keeping one leg straight, the one that's away from the knee, the opposite one. And keep switching like that. The hips will look great. Once you know how to do this with the knees, once you can keep the beat, of course you will be able to add the arms to make this movement look better, more interesting. But even if you just keep the arms bent, it will look fine if you do it. If you do it in social settings, it will look totally fine. And once you know how to do this one, you can double it up. Very easy option. You don't have to, again, have super flexible hips. This one will look good as well. All I'm doing here is I'm pushing the knee 2 times. 1, 2, 1, 2. In between, notice that I straighten the leg. Let me show you from the side. So you're just going to push the knee twice, straightening the leg in between. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. If you don't straighten the leg, then the hip won't go up. So don't forget to do it. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, and 1, 2. It's super easy to transition between those 2 moves because they are so similar. The single, 1 knee forward, and then the double forward.
Put your body on the kitchen table and move the dishes to the side. Yeah. Girl, you always tend to drive me.
The next move is great if you cannot move the hips smoothly, because we're not going to do a hip move that's supposed to look smooth. We're going to keep the knees bent, feet are apart, your weight is in the middle, and all I want you to do is just kind of push and let the hip go to the side. So you're kind of doing a little ticking action. Side, 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 side. The body shifts, but just a little bit. Don't shift all the way. Let's try it with the count. Again, keep the knees bent, and we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Remember, you're doing this little stop motion with the hip. It doesn't have to be smooth. Not in this move. It's not like, you know, a figure 8 or a hip roll. Those are more advanced movements. Those you have to smooth out. This one, you're just stopping kind of abruptly on the beat. And I wouldn't move the arms like too much in this one. You can keep them by your sides kind of slightly higher because we want the attention to be on the hips. If you start moving the arms all kind of different ways, the attention gets on the arms and not on the hips. This is a good move because you can also do it with feet together. If you're wearing a dress, this will look better than you just, yeah. So you're going to bring the feet in, and the same idea, bend the knees and then hips go to the side one at a time, and you just keep switching. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Notice that I am controlling my hip movements from the hips. It's not like the previous movement where the legs were controlling your hips. For this one, you have to have a little bit of hip action here. The movement starts from the hips. That's why I told you bend the knees and then kind of pretend you're lifting the hip. If you have like a string here, you're lifting one hip at a time. My knees are moving, one goes forward, one goes back, but this happens as a result of the hips. In the previous movements, it was the other way around. The legs were controlling the hips. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This one kind of looks nice with the arms moving, but only at the arms once you have the hips, once you have that action with the hips happening.
You got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go. Try to help you let it go.
And one more option for the hips. This one involves that little hitting motion as well, but this time we're going to hit side to side, but we're going to change levels. So you're going to pick one side. I'm picking the right one, it's easier for me. And I'm just going to start with the legs almost straight, just very slightly bent, hit, rebound, bend the knees and hit lower. So we're only hitting in one direction. So we're hitting to the side, 1 and is the rebound, 2 is the hit lower. We have 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Notice one thing, I'm not really pushing the hip that way. So when it rebounds, I'm stopping more or less in the middle, in the center. Out, center, out, center. And it just keeps going like that. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And if you cannot keep up with the beat, if this is too fast, you can always slow it down. We can go on beat 2 on the snare, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you're only pushing the hip to the side on the loudest beat, on the snare drum, on 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. So this will feel much slower.
Put your body on the kitchen table and move the dishes to the side. Yeah. Girl, you always tend to drive me crazy, looking at me with those eyes. Yeah. Put some music on, turn the lights down low, throw the pillows off the bed, blow the candles out, move your body slow. You got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go. Try to help you let it go. Try to help you let it. Baby, I still wear the shirt you gave me, 'cause it reminds me of the times when I was down and you were there to save me, telling me that I'll be fine. Put some music on, turn the lights down low, throw the pillows off the bed, blow the candles out, move your body slow. You got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go. Try to help you let it go. Try to help you let it. If you got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go. You got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go. Baby, I'ma try to help you let it go. Oh, no. Try to help you let it.
Applications are now open to work with me online, to work with my personalized feedback and help whenever you need it with my system, a system that over the past 18 years has helped lots and lots of adults feel good dancing in social settings. My clients such as Kate, who started off like this, And after only a couple of months inside my online program, this is how she's dancing now. And don't forget to sign up to be notified when my next free online live class is. I'm going to leave a link for you below where you will find a page where you can leave your email, and then I'm going to send you all the details ASAP so that you can book your spot. I'm super excited and I'm going to see you there.
I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now.